Hey guys, Hot Rod 08 here, and welcome to another Challenger VOD review video. Today we are going to be having a match in the mid lane of Twisted Fate versus Kassadin that we are going to be following along. Now this is going to be an interesting match, as I've been told in this main video's VOD that this is actually Nemesis playing Twisted Fate from Fnatic in EU West, so it'll be quite interesting to watch how he plays his Twisted Fate. In the other lanes, going to be matching this Twisted Fate. In the jungle is going to be Lee Sin versus, looks like it is going to be, I'm not sure why the name is escaping me, Olaf, good lord. Lee Sin versus Olaf, as they are having their own little quarrel on top side of the jungle. Top lane is going to be Teemo versus a Scion. Teemo is probably going to be super annoying for the Scion early. You think the Scion would scale a little bit better, though. And then the bot lane, we are going to have Vayne and Lulu versus Aphelios and Karma. And that lane, both of them are hyper-scaling AD carries. The early game is going to be really weak. It's going to be a match of Lulu versus Karma, essentially, in that early game, who can poke the other side more. Going back to our mid lane, though, TF is definitely going to have the early game advantage. He has the range and the abilities in order to get his mana back and to harass pretty easily, considering Kassadin is also a melee caster, and it's going to take him until at least level 6 in order to probably get that gap together. Eventually, Kassadin will outscale this Twisted Fate quite hard, but Kassadin has to get through this laning phase and not get too far behind in the early mid-game for him to start becoming a monster in this game. As you can see, every single time that this Twisted Fate has even an opportunity in order to get a little bit of harass on our lovely Kassadin over here, you can see every single auto attack is going on him. He went W level 1, then he went his cards level 2, so he's getting that constant auto attack damage off. He's getting those constant every 4 autos coming up on him. You can see he's still clearly getting a lot of damage on this Kassadin. So the next question is if this Olaf is going to be ganking mid anytime soon. Twisted Fate currently seems pretty far up in the lane. He feels safe that Kassadin has such low health at this point and no CS that he doesn't really have to do anything. And wow, he actually had enough damage with that red card, a little bit of AP in order to get a kill on Kassadin. So every single little bit of harass that Twisted Fate just did really came back in order to help him. Looks like Twisted Fate is going to stay around a tiny bit longer, try to make sure this wave crashes and get just a little bit more harassing. See, Kassadin is already at half health again. He is absolutely brutal in this match. We're going to use that blue card in order to get just a little bit more mana back while he still zones this Kassadin off. CSing values, TF is 10 CS already ahead, so this is his lane. As long as he keeps up this harass, he is going to be able to keep this pressure going. Now we got Lee Sin coming behind, but they know that Olaf is here, so they are going to actually back off a little bit. They're going to kite back from the Olaf. The Kassadin ended up getting the kill there when they were in the laning phase. Might have been a little risky for Lee Sin to go behind the turret, as he was without the vision of Olaf where he was. So that was a little bit of a misplay on their part. It could have been much worse, though, if they would have actually truly attacked on their turret, so they were patient on that, so it's not too much of a loss. And TF still is having a good time harassing this Kassadin off. Kassadin did go back, he got Dark Steel, so he's confident he's going to be able to get at least a few kills and start fully carrying this game if he's going to be doing that. So Twisted Fate's just going to yet again start getting more and more damage on this turret. Kassadin isn't back in lane yet, nor does he have his ult. Yeah, he is still level 4, so Twisted Fate is clearly in a pretty good position at the moment still, even though they both got a kill. See, every single time that Kassadin steps up, he just gets autoed in the face. Twisted Fate is making sure that he's getting that damage in, and also because he did have the priority in the mid lane, he was the first one to get to the skirmish. Lee Sin tried to get to the back, barely gets out of there, gets the health back from his runes. After that, he ended up getting that assist, so it kept him alive, and they're going to look like they're going to get that dragon done. So that priority in the mid lane really made a difference there. Twisted Fate is now level 6. Usually that level 6 is a spike for people. Twisted Fate's more being able to roam around the map. He's pretty low on mana at the moment, so he might not exactly be going out of his way just yet to be doing that. And actually, I am wrong. Oh, that's because Cyan has, like, almost no health whatsoever. Yeah, Cyan's not going to be really getting out of here. Smart idea for him to try to use his ult like that. Okay, I was about to say maybe he was going to be able to get a gold card off or something in order to stop that trade. It was 1-for-1 in the top lane with Olaf apparently not happy that he's trying to get the CS in the top lane. He's going to still be able to push that level 7 TF. Probably can be a level 5 Olaf that doesn't even have his ult yet, so he's going to have to care for him to get his ult, because I'm sure he doesn't know exactly when that's going to happen. That doesn't look like Olaf's confident enough to stay here anyway, so he's going to get all that CS and a little bit extra money from his passive, and he's doing pretty well at the moment. 201, 60 CS at the 7-minute mark versus our Kassadin that is 1-1 with 45 CS. So he's most likely just going to make it back to his lane. He ended up getting Sheen, Phage, and a little bit of attack speed. So it looks like he's actually going to be going a AD build with this, which is rather interesting. We don't see too many AD Twisted Fates. It might be just because Kassadin is anti-mage and has, you know, bonuses against magic damage, so he's going to be trying to get some AD in order to be countering that Kassadin these fights. That's going to be my best guess here. And then also, if he wants, he can build the whatever item gives you long range attacks. Rapid fire cannon, that one, yes, which will be able to catch people out later on in the game and get long-range poke. Looks like Kassadin's going to start trying to step up just a little bit to get that damage, but Kassadin's still at least a level down at this point, which does make a difference. And I just saw Olaf in the bot lane, so TF's going to have to be a little bit careful. Olaf is starting to try and make his way, and Twisted Fate doesn't really have a good way to take care of Olaf if Olaf starts getting on top of him, so TF's probably going to have to be a little bit more chill at this point, try to push out the lanes, and then really roam. At this point, his laning prowess is probably going to be a little bit more difficult for him to keep up, just because Kassadin has his own ult, and Olaf has abilities in order to get on top of him. He still is going for at least a little bit of harass when he can. I do believe he knows Olaf is going to be at least on the top side of the map, so he doesn't mind hanging on the bottom side of the map. He feels like he has an escape path, and he's still getting that damage. Kassadin's going to stay in lane after all, and Twisted Fate does have his ult, and is going to ult down to the Lee Sin, the other two ADs, bot laners in the bot lane. They're going to get that free kill onto, looks like, the Phelios. Vayne is 3-1-1 at the moment, so she's going to be a nice late game carry, while Twisted Fate is going to be in a good position to carry the early amounts of the game. So as long as they keep their respective jobs, they'll be in a pretty good state. Twisted Fate actually only has 2/3 of his mana, still decides to head the lane, doesn't want to miss that CS with his ability in order to get mana, though. That's probably not too big of an issue, and he did decide, or manage, I guess, to finish his Triforce. A really interesting option, again, to be going this AD. I do believe it's because it's the Kassadin is anti-mage, and that AD will probably make a difference there. And they do have team on the top lane, which is enough AP to make it not the biggest of issues to be doing this. Or Olaf is in the bot lane instead of staying. He's going to decide to go to the bot lane and help. He did get his basic boots from the inspiration tree, so he does have a little bit of extra movement speed there with those boots. Looks like they got out though, so there was no need for him to continue. He's just gonna farm this lane rather efficiently, get a little bit of poke on Kassadin as he tries to step up, and is gonna get some more turret damage done. Looks like Kassadin might be going back to base. I saw the move. Kassadin is actually teleporting to the top side, so Teemo might not be in a good position soon. Nope, Kassadin did get that kill, while Olaf's going to be in the mid lane, where still see Twisted Fate get a little bit more damage. He has to care for Kassadin to be coming from the bot side of the map, though, somewhere around here. We'll see if he actually comes. It looks like Twisted Fate had enough damage on the Olaf in order to get that done at least. Karma tried to predict the flash away, but he was able to get it away just in time to stop that. If Karma was able to keep that up, that would have probably been a dead TF, considering Kassadin was coming from the direction I assumed he was going to be coming from. Gets Vampiric Scepter for the lifesteal again. Really interesting build. I really haven't seen this mid TF build. Maybe it's not just against Kassadin. Maybe the meta is switching a little bit to have AD TF just a little bit more useful. Nevertheless, he is having some of this life sustain coming into this lane. Even if he gets poked down a little bit, he'll be able to stay in these lanes longer. And he's still just throwing out cards in order to poke down everyone. He's got his ult coming up. Lee Sin was trying to run away, but between them two, they're going to get a pretty easy kill on Aphelios. Really good map awareness from this Twisted Fate, getting around the map, really putting his presence wherever he's going. And with him being 3-0-3, Kassadin 2-1, starting to get his mana up, but still keeping him relatively under control. It's not going too bad. Again, this is really going to be Vayne's game to carry late if it gets to that point. But probably going to be a while before that Kassadin's really doing anything. If you look at the mini-map, Teemo's trying to run away from the Olaf, but TF didn't really think he could do anything. We're going to be trying this again, where this Karma is trying to get the root down. Karma does take the shutdown kill. Tragic for the red team. Kassadin absolutely needed to get that kill in order to start really dominating and getting around. Karma going from 0-3 to 1-3. Not exactly the best person to be getting that shutdown gold off the TF, but we'll see if Karma can do anything off of that. Nevertheless, looks like Cyan's doing pretty well against a Teemo, who would have thought Teemo would be dying this hard to a Scion. Hopefully you see the sarcasm there. Looks like TF upgrade into Bilgewater Gullis. Is that the right item? Man, I don't see that on build on too many people, and also amplifying tombs. So he is going for Bork, most likely, with those two. No, not Bork, if he's going to get the amplifying tomb. Let's see, the one that gives you health as you're doing damage. Hextech Gunblade might be the item that he's going into next. Yet another interesting build item for him. Really interested to see how that's gonna turn out. Considering he uses both ratios pretty decently, you do get a good amount of use out of both the AD and AP ratios. He's going to be teleporting to the bot lane. Vayne just died. Ended up getting a kill on Kassadin them, and Twisted Fate there to get the double kill turnaround. and be there everywhere around the map. So he's gonna be 5-1-3 at the moment, doing really well with his damage, and it's gonna be probably a really easy tower for him to take. He's gonna be killing those minions first, just to let the towers get another few extra hits, and it's gonna go back to base, probably get that item I was talking about. Let's see if he gets that Hextech from Gunblade, if he even has enough money. Yes, he does. So that is going to be giving him some extra healing with the damage he does, a little bit of extra self-heal with that slow effect, and some good AD and AP ratios combined into that. Really going to be interesting to see what the next item is going to be. I haven't really seen Triforce into a Hextech Gunblade built on Twisted Fate. Yeah, but he's doing a really good job with this build. Nevertheless, getting a lot of damage done, and he's really doing well with these roams. He's keeping an eye out on the map. Kassadin's probably going to be right in front of him somewhere along this bush, if I actually push the right button on my mouse. Look, my pen program stopped. Nevertheless, we'll just keep going. So he's going to be moving to the bot side. We'll see if they're able to do anything down here. Kassadin's in the top lane, so they got 3 enemies in the top lane. Not really anything going to manage out the bot side. They have multiple people in the top lane. They got at least 3 now. Dragon's going to be coming up soon. That's going to be an easy take for them, most likely. With the prio, they've gotten the majority of the lanes. A little bit of damage done on this Kassadin. That lifesteal is really helping him with those trades. Kassadin doesn't really have much trading power, or at least regen health power himself. So if TF's able to get his health back up with both lifesteal, well, now at this point, just any damage really done. It's going to be really powerful for him. They both ended up flashing out this Raw. Really wants that kill. That's going to be a pretty good kill for Twisted Fate here. I don't know if Lee Sun's going to be able to get anything. Nope, we're going to flash out. That's not going to happen. I'm going to take this. These chickens on the way out. That dragon, I do believe. Okay, that was just taken, so they... we do have 3 of the 4 dragons on our Twisted Fate side at this point, and he doesn't feel quite safe enough to try to keep continuing in that mid lane. He is actually using his Predator from his inspiration, the random abilities it gives, and he's just gonna kill this Olaf. That was pretty good use of Predator, honestly. You don't think of Twisted Fate, you know, using Predator, because normally that's not going to be a rune he truly chooses on his own, but he really used those random summoner or random keystones on getting that Predator to his full potential, really thinking on his feet there, so that was really cool to see. He's going to get that kill. So he's 7-1-3. I'm really curious as to see what his next item is going to be, and he's basically got 10 CS a minute at this point, so he's doing really well. He actually upgrades the Magi's Soul Stealer, so he's really going to be taking on the carry on this game, and he ended up getting Stinger as well, which is a interesting item with the extra attack speed and cooldown. I honestly don't know what that's going to be building into him. What could be the AP item that gives extra cooldown, attack speed, and on hit. Then again, I'm not exactly sure. Again, that's not an item that not too many people use either, so I don't have a list of every single item up in game this very second. Good God, that Scion hurts. With all the lethality he has, our Twisted Fate is going to have to be pretty careful. He does barely dodges that. Teemo's here to try to help. Twisted Fate is going to get the ulti off just to be able to catch him. Gonna get a little bit of that sustain back as he's getting this damage off. So he's gonna go back to base. He's got 6 stacks of Magi's. At this point, we'll see what he gets next. I'm assuming some type of upgrade for boots, maybe, if he had enough money. It doesn't look like he bought anything, though, so he's gonna be going back to bot lane, possibly for the CS. I don't see any objectives up to actually using teleport to get to the top lane. Really getting everywhere around this map. I love how much he's really trying to influence the map. Aphelios had to use heal to save the Kassadin. That doesn't save the Aphelios himself. Gonna probably kill this Karma. Still taking tank shots. That sustain is really helping him at the moment. Keep alive. Has to care, make sure he's not going to die to the Scion death. TF's just going to go back base now. He has 16 stacks of Magi's. He's going to leave the tower deaths to everyone else. Does finally get those boots of Swiftness. I assume that was going to be his next item, so he's going to be really able to move around, make sure he doesn't die to any ridiculous things, and if he gets hit by something like an Olaf Q, it's not going to slow him as much, just because those boots do have that slow reduction to them. TF's ult is almost up. I think he's on. Yeah, he was just literally waiting for it to get off cooldown. Finally did get off cooldown. Going to be yet another kill for him. He is just going around the map being an absolute beast. He literally was waiting until that was off cooldown, so he knew exactly what he wanted to do there. Getting these jungle camps in order to get some extra money. If you watch these Challenger VOD videos with me, you can see a lot that these players really are prioritizing the CS as much as possible in order to get as much income as possible that they are allowed between going through jungle camps and stuff. So if you're trying to improve your own games, focusing on that CS is probably going to be one of the biggest things you could do in order to improve your own games. He thought he was going to be able to one-shot those minions. Didn't exactly work for him. Ooh, between the Lee Sin ult and the Twisted Fate gold card, that was a pretty easy kill for them. Kassadin really is their main way of coming back in this game, unless Aphelios can do something. But both of them are not doing too well. The best person on the red team is that Olaf, and Olaf's only going to go so far about carrying the game on his own, unless he gets absolutely fed. Predator again comes in big, gets yet another kill. Gonna come down here, try to get this Drake. Olaf was trying to solo this himself. Barely was able, or barely didn't get that Drake, and he actually rage quit. He tried to get that objective, got pissed off that he missed his smite. I think he missed it by like 30 damage. So he's gone. That's pretty sad that even people in Challenger are going to be leaving these games. But I guess if you're doing as well as he is on Twisted Fate, that doesn't matter. Looks like he's about to get killed by this cast. I think he's going to have enough to sustain to possibly outlast us. Oh, so close. That Kassadin getting that shutdown gold of 1,000, though, is really going to help Kassadin. Nevertheless, everyone on the blue team, though, did get all the extra 1,500 gold from Barons, so even after the shutdown gold, blue is still coming out on top, and they do have the Drake soul, the Cloud soul, from getting all 4 of those. So Elder will be coming up next when it does come up. No idea if Olaf is going to be coming back. He does come back eventually. Probably a good thing if you're going to be in Challenger very high elo. You think you would have a little bit more temper control in order to not be quitting games like that. Alright, so Twisted Fate, he just got his Zeal, so I'm assuming that is going to be the man, I don't know why I keep forgetting the item, the one that increases attack length. Nevertheless, he's going to be using his ult for the bot side. Not really going to do much against the Scion. Kassadin's probably going to get away as well. Ooh, that ult did stop him from moving for just a little bit. That was a good ult into the wall. Rapid Fire Cannon. Man, I always forget that name. So he'll be building into Rapid Fire Cannon next. If this game goes even long enough, it seems like they're starting to try to close out this game. They do have Baron. They do have a good amount of kills. Our Twisted Fate is absolutely decimating this game. Twisted Fate's trying to get a good gold card on someone. Doesn't find the best of targets, but nevertheless is still getting this tower, took some good damage there. He has to watch out for mana, too. He only has probably about a fifth of his mana left, if anything. But they are going to back off. Good time to do that. Going to be looking any objectives to clear out. There's nothing up, though, so he's just going to go back and probably complete his rapid fire cannon, if I have to imagine right. Yep. Was the correct call. So he is 4 items in, plus a 21 stack Magi's at this point in 25 minutes into the game. So he's essentially the late game build of a Twisted Fate, which is ridiculous. That rapid fire cannon really came into handy there. He's gonna try to get out of there. He doesn't even choose the gold card, he chooses the blue card for the extra damage. Kassadin's not going to get out of there, and Twisted Fate is at his 25 stack Magi, so that's not going to get any better. He's got a lot of AP from that. He's running around pretty fast with all of his items, and he can just completely go into, Olaf's space and not even worry about it. And that, sustain from the Hextech Gunblade is really helping him too. He's right back up to full health, so it's not like anything's touching him. He's got the ability to get mana against it. It's actually pretty brilliant in order to be doing this Hextech Gunblade build when you do have the lead in the money in order to be using it. He's really using that to his advantage. Looks like mid was about to finish the game. He is gonna actually join mid. Probably gonna wrap this game up. There's no way Kassadin's gonna do anything there. Looks like he gets his card off. Rapid fire ended up doing that, and he's gonna probably finish this game. Yep. So really good game of Twisted Fate. I love to see the new build from Twisted Fate. I love that beginning of Triforce into the Gunblade. A lot of damage, a lot of sustain, a really good 2-item power spike. So Nemesis really lived up to his name playing that. It was really fun to see that. Rather than I'm going to get off here. Thanks for watching this VOD review. If you like these VOD reviews, give this video a like, comment anything you would like below, and subscribe to the channel if you want more updates on the newest videos I'm releasing, as well as my coaching live streams. Rather than that, thanks for joining again. I will see you in the next video. Thanks much. Bye.